guys, we are going to get into this message around the divine masculines. I feel like they're coming to a realization that their hands are tied in this connection when it comes to you, divine feminines. And they're realizing that their heart is very patient for you. Okay, this isn't something that they're able to control. It's like their heart is in control here. Their heart is like, whoa, we're not going anywhere. We're going to wait on her. Okay, so something is coming off very protective, guarded about your energy, divine feminines, and your divine masculines are realizing that they want to be patient for you or with you. So there's a lot of different scenarios I'm picking up on. Like, I feel like maybe some of you aren't available right now. Like, some of you could be working through some things, like maybe divine feminines, you could be in a marriage, you could have children, you could be in another country, you could be a different age than your divine masculine. There's so many things that seem like it possesses an issue or it possesses some kind of problem for you two to be together, but and it's like you're willing to like move forward, but your divine masculines are not. Like, that's the energy I'm getting here, is that you are in this like it doesn't feel like you're giving up, but you're just trying to let them know, like, I don't have time for this right now. And they're in this like Knight of Cups energy, wanting to just pour affection and love into you. There's this huge attraction to you right now that they can't get away from, and something's telling them to be patient. And this is I feel like it's coming up as a surprise to both of you, because you're in this place, divine feminine, where you know that your life is busy, or you know that your life may be hectic in a way, or it may be like you can't always be available. Like, I'm really getting that for some of you. You're not always available. If you have children, you definitely prioritize your children as the number one priority, and then you think of everything else. So this could be something that they never thought that they would be patient over. I'm seeing like restrictions for some of you. So there's like restrictions, like when you guys can communicate or talk to one another. Like, someone waits. I don't know if you guys have a particular time of day that you guys talk to one another. I feel like your masculine has to wait until they're on the road, or there's something about maybe traveling or waiting until someone else leaves in order to speak to you. Vice versa, divine feminine, they could have to wait for someone to, on your end, to leave, or for you to go to work. I don't know what it is, but I do feel like they're not giving up. So I'm going to see what feelings are developing in their heart space, or what kind of realizations that they're having, because it's coming as a surprise. Because it's like, I don't know, I'm getting like bachelor energy from this masculine. Like, you could be telling them, like, listen, just go be happy, because maybe you two could be in this particular type of conflict where they want more of you, but you just can't do it right now, divine feminine. It maybe is going against everything that you stand for or believe in. It's like, I feel like neither of you asked for this connection or this romantic love to hit you the way that it did, but now you're being forced to cope with it and deal with it. And your masculines are making it clear that they can't help it. They're going to be patient with you. And the thing I'm getting from the divine feminines is like, it's making you fall in love with them, even though you're like, listen, please go away, because I've got this whole life here to deal with that you are really starting to mess with my heart space. So let's see what kind of feelings are developing. I do feel for you, divine feminines, because it is a lot to deal with, especially if many of you have other lives where you have other commitments. It's definitely a difficult path when your masculine's energy comes seeping in, lovingly and patiently. Some of you could work together. It does have the finance and career card here. Or it could be divine feminines that, hey, listen, I can't have you come into my life right now. Maybe divine feminines, you have a partnership. You can't be in a situation where you're entertaining, these romantic feelings or fantasies of your divine masculine here coming into the picture, because maybe you have a life built up with your partner. Maybe you two share finances. Maybe this connection between you and your masculine could potentially bring all of this down for you. So it's not an easy path for you to walk, yet at the same time, there's a lot of feelings flooding, both of your realities. It says to stay optimistic about your love life. Now, there is a level of acceptance here that you'll have to have, which I do know makes the journey a lot easier. It's the pushing away and pretending it doesn't exist that I find is very difficult to do, because especially when your divine masculines are making it clear, like, my heart is going to be patient for you, my heart is going to be patient to connect with you. Like, when they send that message that, like, they're not going anywhere, their hands are tied kind of thing, it sends across that energy to you as well, right? And it affects you, because then you feel the love coming through, or you can feel the vibration of them thinking about you, or the synchronicities will start. Oftentimes the 11:11 starts. So the universe is telling you, accept this in a sense. Stay optimistic about your love life. I'm also getting out of this deck, you deserve love. So whoever you are, divine feminine, I do feel like when your eyes are closed, you dream of a love and a connection like the one that you have with your divine masculine. I do feel like since your divine masculine came into your life, that many of you have had this unsettling feeling about settling into something that you know is not what you deserve. And I know that may come as, one of those triggering messages, but I do feel like this connection with your masculine is meant to highlight, as we cut the deck, the deception. Many of you are in current situations where you're wearing a mask, and it's like your divine counterpart showed up and kind of took that mask off. So I feel, divine feminines, the reason you are maybe guarding your heart a little bit here, or trying to push your divine masculine in another direction, is because, like, right now it's comfortable wearing this mask, right? But the more your divine masculine is in your presence, I do feel many of you finding a lot of things that are coming up, right? Many of you are like, well, I'm wearing a mask at work. I don't even feel passionate about the job that I do. Like, I don't feel passionate about where I live. I don't feel like all of these things are now coming into your reality where they're sparking passion, like maybe even right down to finances and career. Many of you may start feeling like you want independence, or you want freedom, or ever since your masculine came into your life, they're making you take a magnifying glass and look at your own self, taking off the mask. Am I doing everything that I am worthy and capable of doing? A lot of you may feel also like your hands are tied, divine feminines, where, many of your masculines, they show up and they show you this kind of love and passion. And we also have separation here when I cut the deck, so I'm going to get back to that later. But, they kind of show up in your life, and, they make you feel like this kind of passion you've never felt before, the kind of sensuality you've never felt before. You might have been with your partner for years, and it's like all it takes is one conversation with your masculine to take a sensual turn, and you feel this fire ignite in your body in a way that it's never been done before, just through words, right? So then your mind starts ticking and wondering what that would be like in the physical. So I'm getting like you're lovable. This is happening because, you deserve love. Many of you are feeling the energy of wanting to free yourself and take back control, and that's kind of what it looks like when your counterpart comes in, and especially if they have a patient heart with you, whoever you are, divine feminine, yeah, that's a tough one, because they hold space for you, right? They send you energies and fantasies of, and it does start off sensual, because the reason I feel like that happens is because, like, your soul has been longing for it and missing it for a really long time. And if you are in a relationship with someone else where low-key you've been wearing this mask, where you try to put on this happy front, like you're settled in that, you're happy in that situation, but really, like, there is a part of you that desires to be free and spread your wings, and it's not until your divine masculine comes in and they show you that in a really beautiful and sensual way, because, like, they make you feel like you're the most incredible, desirable, attractive woman in the entire world, which you are, divine feminine. Come on now. But they kind of open up your eyes and remind you of that. And I feel like they light a fire under your current path. Like, hey, are you really living in your authenticity? Are you really living up to everything that you said that you were going to do when you came here? And there's that passion. Okay, this is what they bring to the table. They make your heart and soul sing with joy. Since your masculine has come into your life, divine feminine, I feel like your hands are tied, his hands are tied. It's like both of your hearts are being patient for one another, because eventually, like, the heart-to-heart conversation is coming here. like honest conversations are going to start coming up around this, because you guys aren't going to be able to deny like what the love and sensuality and just the sheer sense of connecting and the flirting and the exhilaration that you feel. It's slowly bringing you alive again. In fact, just, with the little break that I had, I spent a lot of time in nature and connecting to music again. And one song that really kept coming up was Bring Me Back to Life by Evanescence. And like, it made me really emotional, because I feel like this is what your masculine came in to do with the passion, is like, she says, bring me back to life, save me from the nothing I've become. So I feel like, not that, you become nothing or in a sense, but there is a part of you divine feminines and also for your divine masculines. Ever since you two have connected, it's like a fire slowly, like a flame slowly burning inside. And the cycles of separation and all of these things that end up happening, that's why I said I'd get back to the separation card. It's because now that you two have connected, when you're away from one another, the flame, it burns, okay? It burns. It makes you feel even more passionate for one another. It makes you long for one another, so much to the point where you really start confronting the free yourself energy. Okay, well, why can't I be with this person? And the universe is like, well, there we go. Why not? And then you start confronting all of these things in your life that are making you feel like your hands are tied or that your hands are in place. That's why many of us start addressing our independence. Are we really doing what we set out to do? Are we really passionate about the life that we're currently living? And if so, how do we make a change? How do we get up and make a change? Let's get some oracle messages on some of the things that are coming up for maybe like just change or reflection. Let's start with the divine masculines. What is the divine feminine bringing up? Okay, I feel like these are too many, so I'll take what's at the very top and bottom. Okay, so harmony, stability, and flow. So stability could be a really big thing, or it's like when you guys are in each other's presence, that's when you feel like you're more in harmony and in flow with yourself. You're more creative, you're more energized. And that's a big pill to swallow, because it really does, again, shed a magnifying glass on the life that you've already created and built for yourself. And sometimes that can be painful because it doesn't feel as colorful as the world that you start creating after you meet your counterpart. Okay, so I feel like that's where this hands are tied energy is coming from, is to get you to take a good look at this, right? You two are patiently loving one another, even if it's from afar, even if there's walls in place between you two, to get you both to slowly realize this about yourselves, to take off that mask and start paying attention to what is stopping you from really living authentically. Okay, and this is the painful part, guys, because when the third eye opens, I mean, it's like literally carving itself in there. And sometimes when we gain that clarity, it's uncomfortable and it takes us on a roller coaster ride, because we feel like, okay, you know what, I'm ready to take off this mask. I'm not happy here. And then the moment you decide that, okay, I'm going to go through this freeing myself energy, and you see what a breakup or a divorce or separation or custody, all these things look like, then you cave and you're like, okay, let me just retreat backwards. I don't want it. I don't want to ascend. I just want to shut this third eye and pretend that I never met my person. But unfortunately for the both of you, doesn't seem like you can go backwards. Okay, so I just wanted to, tap into this energy a little bit and let you guys know, where your divine masculines are at. They have a patient heart with you. They know all of these tower moments are happening. They know that the more they discuss their feelings for you, or the more that they stay in your energy like this, that it is definitely lighting a fire in the both of you to make these big changes. But like, their hands are tied. They can't do anything. They can't control their heart and tell their heart not to love you or care for you, right? Just like you can't do it either. So I feel like this reading is going to end off with both of you, really accepting the love that's there for one another, and then finally opening up your eyes to some of the things that have been happening right under your nose. Okay, so that's what I have for this quick check-in, guys. Definitely reach out to me over at hipsy.com if you'd ever like to just connect or talk or get some personal insights on some of the stuff you might be going through on the journey. I've got tons of my own experiences that I do love to share in those personal sessions. So hit me up if you guys are guided to. And I do have membership videos as well. Definitely join the extended readings if you guys are looking for, some of the more in-depth details, some of the passionate readings as well that I do. So, all right, guys, that's it for this one. I will check in with you guys a little bit later, okay? All right, take care, guys. Bye.